Welcome to episode 2 of Hood Franklin. This is Crafty Spaceman and Dat Mang.
What's
How are you
good?
doing, Dangles?
Pretty good. This week went by pretty fast, and then we have that awkward off day on a Tuesday for July 4th.
Um, it's awkward for some people, but for black folk named Stan Jogo, oh shit, you get the day off on July 3rd,
And not the
which
4th.
means and the 4th.
Oh, that's a crime that I feel like my company has kind of robbed me of. I'm like, what kind of bull? I was thinking about this. Like, what kind of nonsense is that? I don't get a Monday also, or at least like stretch it out. But whatever. I'm gonna stop bitching because I got my day. So
It's criminal behavior.
I feel robbed of my time. But anyway, other than that,
In the socialist system, you would get the 3rd and the 6th off and the 5th.
because everything's equal and balanced, right? Because
Everything is beautiful and perfect. But let's talk about the first thing, which is not beautiful and perfect, which is the NRA ad that was released earlier this week. It featured Dana Loesch. She's this 40-year-old woman who looks incredible for her age. She is a white woman.
What does she do?
She's an angry person at the Blaze, and the Blaze is an organization that's owned by Glenn Beck.
Okay.
You remember him, the crazy weirdo with the chalkboards who thought Barack Obama was racist as fuck. And yeah, he became irrelevant. But he's still irrelevant. But the Blaze is a very popular network in the conservative web.
Okay.
And so she partnered with the NRA to release this ad, which is
disturbing.
I'll let everybody see it for themselves, but
it's disturbing, Stan. That's all it is. Unless like for some reason you support those ideals or just believe what they're saying is morally correct.
See, I actually believe in the Second Amendment. I'm very fine with the Second Amendment. If I'm gonna be killed, I at least want to fight for my life. If I'm gonna get robbed, I at least want to protect myself.
Mm-hmm.
If I actually understand the instinct. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
But when I see this video, I see a bunch of people acting like victims.
They're clearly trying to start a civil war. Like, let's be honest. The way they freaking like presented it was like, yeah, you can have a gun, but we're gonna be there because we have all the guns. You know, it's like, oh, you heard us. You slander us with these names, and it's not like we haven't received that on our end. Not to mention, but you pit it against us, especially after an event where Philando Castile had a gun and announced he had a gun to the police officer, but still got shot anyway.
Yeah.
So instead of trying to take a stand and trying to make it sound like, oh, the NRA is for all races or ethnicities to arm themselves and bear weapons, you pit it against us. It's like, okay, I think I do want to go get my AR right now and probably, keep it under my bed.
Yeah. It's and I saw this on Real Time. I actually learned something from Real Time. Okay. That can happen, kids. Apparently gun sales fell off the cliff once the African was out of office. So once Barack Obama got out of office, mysteriously gun sales went down. I wonder why. And now we see this ad scaring NRA members, old ass white people,
to get more guns,
to buy more guns. I mean, I want to sit here and talk about how conservatives see themselves as victims, which is hilarious. How people who have guns see themselves as victims, which is disturbing in many, many ways.
That is one of the biggest things I will say. It's like I'm not trying to take a side because I see myself pretty independent, And also, I don't agree with everything the far left has to say at times, because sometimes what they say doesn't really help our case or help anyone at all, actually. This is my opinion. But it's just the way they went about it. It was like, oh yeah, let's just flip it back at them. Let's make it all about them and how we're the ones who are suffering.
But I don't even think it's about that. I just think it's marketing, bro.
It could be. I mean,
I think it's 10 times more cynical. I think that, what is it? Smith and Wesson, Remington, whoever these goons are, Kalashnikov, they realize that because Big Daddy's in office, they're not scared that the government gonna take their guns. So they gotta scare them. I don't even think it's what.
Wait, no. My question is: does the NRA get like a percentage for each gun sale, or from a company or something, or
No,
like
NRA is the lobby for all of the gun industry?
Okay, so pretty much the companies are paying them to. Okay, I get it now.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a bunch of gun enthusiasts who just kind of got together and like, hey, you want some guns? I know some people in the company.
It used to be like that. It used to.
Okay.
Well, look, what else could it be?
Well, now it's a bunch of hateful people, I feel like.
No, because the NRA, right? It used to respond to its members' wishes. Like the members were confused why Philando Castile wasn't defended. They were kind of actively mad. Yeah, they were like, yo, this is a clear violation of my Second Amendment rights. It legitimately, constitutionally, it's a violation of his Second Amendment rights. And they were silent from from what is it, the beginning of the trial to the cop's manslaughter conviction. So it kind of seems to me like the NRA doesn't even represent its members, and it's just a lobby for the gun industry.
Which is supported by the far right predominantly, or supports the far right predominantly.
I wouldn't even say far right, man. I would say normal people have guns. I don't think you have to be conservative or liberal to even have a pistol.
Oh, I totally agree. It's just the ideas that group support, just happen to be a bunch of people who support the Second Amendment too, which isn't really a bad look either. Like, a good look, because, like you said, there's a lot of other people who own guns, like colored people who who actually want to have a gun. Like I'm not against it. I don't have one, but I don't see a reason not to have one either at times.
Like for me, like I believe in the Second Amendment because back in the 60s, when the Black Panthers started trying to walk around with guns, right? Guess when gun rights started being important? Guess when gun control started becoming a thing?
My friend pointed that out yesterday. I totally did. I totally didn't realize it until he said it. So I do find that pretty interesting, because yes, it does support people who actually, have weapons for something, I guess for important moments or whatever. Right. I'm not saying that, I still believe that people have to be responsible with them, because, you got a bunch of numbnuts just shooting bullets into the sky and they fall down and pierce people in the fucking head.
Yeah.
And that actually does happen, strangely.
So dumb.
I'm not kidding. This shit happens in Arizona, bro.
They need new hobbies. But I feel like me and you, like I understand what you're saying about perspective about these conservatives seeing themselves as victims and then lashing out and calling people on the left violent, which, okay, so I'm just gonna be straight up. We get one person on the left who's a terrorist. I can go every single week of this year and find you a white supremacist who's murdered people.
Yeah, I mean, that's
anyone can do that. So like, and I understand that, okay, the brown people are scary, so we gotta be scared of Muslims. Black folk are scary, so we gotta be scared of black. No, that's garbage. The real terror, and I'm not basing this off my feelings, off Fox News or CNN, off the FBI. The FBI considers right-wing terrorists the biggest threat to safety of Americans, besides fucking aspirin and, like, I don't know, Cheetos. So
aspirin's actually pretty freaking bad. I just actually had a spite with it, but anyway, proceed.
Right? Like it's just when you're fucking with aspirin, it's not good. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
We have to seriously start. And I'm just gonna say this right now. A lot of people, and I think this is the biggest failing of the media in this country, is they've successfully convinced people that the politics they support have nothing to do with the morality. And that's garbage. That's just complete garbage. And it's never made any sense to me, but it's something I noticed the moment I came to this country.
Well, my question is, what if the other person see that what they're doing, now you may view that differently, not moral, but they view it as moral. You can't change that mindset. That's hard.
It's not about changing the mindset. It's about saying if something's moral or not. Let me give you an example. If I don't want my kids, right, like in the 70s, to go to the same schools and to use the same buses as you because they're Black, Hispanic, or Asian, and then I vote for a politician who specifically says that he will fight against integrated busing and schools, and I feel, in my view, that guy is protecting my morality, I'm not going to sit there and say there's two sides. It's a fact that the person who supports, who opposes integrated schools and busing is wrong. We know it's morally wrong, and they should be called out for it. But do you know what we do? There's two sides to an issue. Everybody has their own opinion.
Exactly.
And we just make it seem like, oh, it's just politics. It has nothing to do with your morality. And I think we got to really start. That's just for me. Really got to start thinking about that one.
I mean, it's just like I told you this week. I just had that conversation with one of my coworkers. Like, he morally just believes everything on the left or anything that's liberal in any sense is just evil.
He said it to your face. Like, I don't think all conservatives are evil.
Oh, I don't either.
I don't think, this is the thing. I don't think if you vote for Trump, you are a evil person.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what
I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt and saying you're a good person because you voted for a racist who thinks women are fucking punching bags.
And that's the thing. Like, I don't have a problem with him voting for Trump, and I thought he was actually a pretty sound person to a degree. But he just kind of maliciously attacked me. It was kind of funny at the same time because I was like kind of shocked. I was like, oh, this is a first. So of course, what I do, I just kind of egged him on to kind of see what I would get.
Your white people look crazy. Your white people look crazy.
Well, Trump just empowered a bunch of them.
The white people in my work do not talk about politics at all. They just talk about their kids, like making cakes, like what is it? Like the new exercise they figured out.
Oh, they're playing with their shake weight now too.
They go to Napa with their girlfriends. You niggas out here just telling liberals are evil, like the boldness. Niggas just walking around talking about politics. Like, I didn't realize that. No, we keep it real fake. We keep it super fake at work.
I mean, like, honestly, I've hanged around with this guy before, and he's a nice guy. But then, like, when you get on the topic of politics, you can tell, like, you're pressing his buttons. But I didn't expect him to come out like that, maliciously. And it was just me and my Latino homie just talking to him.
He's not that nice.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I said, I egged him on. I wanted to hear him like say something, which is why I asked him if he thought, after claiming liberal ideas are dumb, I just asked him if my ideas are dumb too.
For sure.
And I just got him to storm off, and he just sounded like a bumbling fool. But
that's just like damn, that's so arrogant.
I never knew people like this actually existed until I moved
here.
Like
they walk up to you and they tell you that shit.
It's crazy though. But do you know what the funny part is? Remember Tim from SB? Yeah. Sam's homie? Yeah, so apparently his grandparents are incredibly conservative. But Tim, he has a bunch of black friends too. He's, and him and Sam just share like the same bunch of friends, but they're all colored usually. So he invites them to their grandparents' place. and they're the nicest people you've ever met in the world. And on their coffee table sits a fucking stack full of Rush Limbaugh books, which is
Yeah,
hilarious.
and that's what I'm saying. It makes no sense.
Exactly. So that's why I find it confusing that now all of a sudden some people decide to get a little bit more aggressive. I'm not gonna say violent because I haven't been attacked, but
Yeah.
until it happens
The lesson we learned from this is all guns are bad.
in the wrong hands.
All liberals are evil, and fuck everybody because nothing matters. Let's move on to the next topic.
Okay.
The free agency.
Ooh.
Okay. I'm not gonna sit here and go on all the drama about Chris Paul and how Austin Rivers' daddy really loved him and would have traded him, which is hilarious. And
Or how no one wanted Kevin Love.
bruh, nobody want. Okay, no, actually, I actually think the Pacers wanted Kevin Love, but I think they wanted to spite Paul George more.
You think so?
That deal
Mm.
it's not as bad as the Jimmy Butler deal, but it's pretty embarrassing. The pettiness to it. It just seems like you're not going to the East as long as I have a say. That's all it seemed like.
Here, well, I'm trying to understand why didn't. Well, I know no one wanted Kevin Love, but it was just like what was in the argument, because it's like, PG for Kevin Love. If I want PG, if I want Paul George, I need to include something a little bit more other than Kevin Love, because he didn't do that bad last season, but he wasn't amazing either, and that finals did not help his case.
Kevin Love did not look like an all-star in the playoff performance.
Yeah.
Sorry, not playoff, finals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Same thing, but yeah, that's my point. But
pay attention.
But at the end of the day, my man Russ now got PG-13. That shit's gonna be raw.
He got 1 year rental. We'll see.
I think they're gonna try to build around him, like, convince him to stay. Not you know what I'm saying? Because I know OKC is possibly getting Rudy Gay. I think they might have.
So is that supposed to be a benefit?
Rudy, it is at the moment. We don't.
The moment Rudy Gay comes to your team gets worse. We all know this. And the moment he leaves, your team gets better. Why do you think I'm so excited, bro? He's about to leave Sacramento. It's gonna be your problem.
I'm telling you, bro. Because right now the Thunder ain't got a power forward that they're gonna really pull. Well, I mean, they have a power forward, but they need like another solid power forward.
Rudy Gay, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know how Russ passes the ball aggressively?
Yeah.
He holds, or he's holding the ball most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Rudy Gay doesn't play like that. Rudy Gay takes the ball at 14 seconds, waits until the third, and takes a shot.
No, I know. He thinks he's a freaking like all-star.
He's ISO Joe, but younger and more injuries.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see how it works. I just don't.
Unless he's accepted a fact, but who knows? I don't know Rudy Gay like that. I mean, obviously the Thunder wanted him.
To be honest, I think it'll be great because he'll get you 20 points a night. And with Paul George and Russ, like they're going to be a really great team. I just think he stops the ball. And the Thunder kind of are really aggressive. They don't stop.
No, the West definitely got interesting.
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy about that.
Are the Rockets better than the Spurs?
Oh.
With the help of Kawhi.
That's a hard one. I mean, I want to take the Spurs still, just because Kawhi's under the Dark Lord, Greg Popovich. Just because that man stifles people. That man stifles Mike D'Antoni so hard, and no matter how many stars Mike D'Antoni he gets, he will be stifled. Look at the Suns, man. When they had Nash and Amari and Jay Rich.
Oh
man,
he destroyed them I just think that I really, and I'm gonna fucking say this, I think the Spurs could have won the series last year if Kawhi was healthy.
Oh yeah,
I
definitely.
really think they could have won that series, bro.
They shut him down really hard.
They were destroyed. That was like it was just pathetic how they. But I don't know, man. I just feel like the development of Jonathan Simmons and DeJounte Murray, these no-name niggas who
Patty
I don't
Mills.
know where that day just out here playing playoff minutes, no problem. Manu Ginobili, who is a white Vince Carter.
Patty Mills just signed like a 6-year deal with the Spurs. It was a pretty good contract for him.
The one,
They're looking to invest in him. That's all I can say.
but what about Tony Parker?
He's old, man. He should just call. He should just hang it up. I mean, like that dude has plenty of rings. He's definitely, has his fair share with the team.
Yeah. I think it's fucked up that Tony Parker, as a 36-year-old point guard, still wants to start. I think low key is fucked up. I think Pop respects him too much to say no. And
he shouldn't be. He shouldn't be starting.
He shouldn't be starting. He should not be starting. And LaMarcus Aldridge.
He's got the balls to play still.
The thing is, congratulations, you got the balls. You get 3 injuries every 2 months.
Yeah, he's not a good look.
I love the hustle, but your bones are broken.
But I do think Houston has a good shot. I mean, like, I don't doubt him, but at the same time, I don't know how well they're going to play all together because they're still missing, like, a little bit more defense, which is always a problem with, the direction with Mike D'Antoni.
No, man. They got PJ Tucker.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
They got the power. So they could put Ryan Anderson on the bench where he belongs. God damn. I love Ryan Anderson, but he has no idea what defense is.
That's like asking Harden if he knows what defense is. That's like asking the whole team.
He makes Harden look like Tony Allen. That's how bad Ryan Anderson is, bro.
That's impressive.
Yeah, but I feel like Chris Paul is gonna force James Harden to play defense.
Oh yeah, they're gonna switch roles. There's no way he's gonna be a point guard again, unless they switch.
Because I just feel like D'Antoni, right?
Mm-hmm.
In his first life, he was a Pringles man. Yes. He was successful. He got what he wanted, and now he has to.
Go ahead. I was gonna say he invented a nice can and everything too. It's delicious.
Fructose course.
Anyway,
I don't think he's a better coach than Pop, and I think Pop has consistently coached him with better talent when he was playing with the Suns.
Well, okay, I'll say this. Yeah. I think D'Antoni has a solid team, and he has a really good team. Like, if Popovich had that team, and you gave Kawhi Leonard and that team to Mike D'Antoni, Popovich is still going to win.
No, Kawhi Leonard with Harden. Oh, so many buckets.
Well, I'm just no. I'm saying switch him. Like Mike D'Antoni is coach of the Spurs, and Popovich is coach of the Rockets.
Problem. And they play defense. The Rockets do everything they do, and they play.
Even because if you don't play defense, Popovich going to just sit you down.
Bruh. You made 48 points, sit down. Benched.
Exactly. Like, it'll just get shut down, dude. That's why I don't know if the Houston's ever going to win. Because I just don't believe D'Antoni's such a real good coach, honestly.
I think the Pringles man has the juice. But
he knows how to get to the playoffs. I'll say that.
I don't think he can secure the bag.
No.
You feel me? He doesn't have the intangibles. He's like the coach of the Wizards.
Mm-hmm. Oh, who's the coach on the Wizards? Is that Scott Brooks?
Exactly.
That guy's pretty good. He has a little bit more defense to his team, though, I will say.
Yeah, but once John Wall's legs get heavy, that team is done. That's a tangent. I feel like the team, at least let's just, because free agency at this point is done. I don't give a shit anymore.
Well, I think Iguodala might go somewhere.
He already signed.
He's there with the Warriors again?
$48 million, 3 years.
Oh, boy.
The Kings, guess what the Kings offered him?
What, like 100 something?
Same thing. 2 years. the Kings weren't retarded. Because that's what happens in 2017. When the Kings aren't stupid, it's news. Everyone was expecting him to just like, cash out, max him out.
Mm-hmm.
Kings were like, nah, bro. We're not stupid. We're confident this year. We'll give you two.
That's a good move because
Right?
he didn't do much in the playoffs this year.
He's 33.
Mm-hmm.
You're giving him a 3-year deal right now, and you're paying him $48 million to be the backup to Kevin Durant, who in 3 years will still be younger than Andre Iguodala is now.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid ass deal.
Whatever. They wanted to keep him and Sean Livingston. They want the whole team again.
Dude, I feel so sorry for Sean Livingston, man.
I think he's okay with it though.
I know, but I think he could have gotten double the money from any other team.
Oh, clearly. I think anyone on that team could get more money than what they're getting paid right now, but they want more rings. It's kind of clear.
And Steph Curry, the light-skinned chef. Oh, my God. The light-skinned god. $201 million.
Yeah, they're loaded. They have all the cap space to do that too, though.
Apparently, after the luxury tax,
Mm-hmm.
they're playing close to $300 million. Oh, poor billionaires.
Oh,
Poor
I don't feel sorry at all. Fuck them.
Oh, just kick out a couple more homeless people, you scumbags. Oh, all right, let's move on to the next topic.
Mm-hmm. Ooh,
Jay-Z released a new album. And after the first listen, what I got from it was, this is the best thing he's done since American Gangster in 2008.
I thought you said Black Label originally when we last talked.
Oh, the Black Album was 2003. But I separated from retirement and before retirement. I don't know. All the hip hop fans I know just do that. It's like post-retirement Jay is just not as good. And we've accepted that. But he still made great albums.
Yeah.
This album, man, it's so confusing for me.
In what way?
Every single day that I've woken up for the past 3 days, the first thing I wanted to do is listen to this album.
Really?
It's that type of album for me. I've listened at least four times.
Okay, I listened to it too so far.
But and it's crazy. That TED Talk tweet you showed me, it's real. It's like Jay is just in here, just being an old head, spending all of the game that he's ever learned in this. I don't want to say this. It's like lackadaisical 21 Savage flow. It's like, oh, you niggas want some knowledge here? Whatever. I'm still a billionaire.
That line that he has, oh my god!
I'm gonna give you $1 billion a game for $9.99.
What was it? What's better than going to a strip club with cash? Credit.
Like
flames. Oh,
it just says it's so matter of fact. It's
some
just like
fire shit.
Dumb nigga, why are you here spending $2,500 on some fat titty hoe? No. Ugh. And then the lyrics in this album are like inspiring as a black person. This shit is so crazy.
Okay.
At the same time, the production is so subdued and minimal
and boring.
I don't think it's boring.
It was pretty boring to me.
I don't think it matches the
I think the subject. I think the beats add on to his like very laid back rap flows and verses.
Yeah. I think it's too much. I think the effect is so pronounced, like what you said, it can come off as boring. It wasn't boring to me because the beats they're sophisticated. They're not just simple like beats. There's a lot of layering into it, but it's like what I said. It's subdued. It's trying to be low key.
It sounded
to such a point that
it like sounded way too simple to me though. I mean, like it probably is layered, and like no disrespect to No ID for making the beats, but it did sound pretty simple because like the Smile song. You just take what Love Is All You Need Today by Stevie Wonder, and you literally just ran it back. You just ran it back with a breakdown a couple times.
I know, but it's fucking that to me. That's it's so perfect, that sample, because you just hear Stevie's voice.
I like that song. I don't think
man.
I like the Stevie Wonder song. I don't think I like that Jay song personally.
Oh, you don't like Smile?
It's okay. I thought it was a good message. I mean, I heard the lyrics. I think he talked about his lesbian mom, which was interesting.
Yeah, that was really that was a crazy story to hear, that his mom had 4 kids.
Mm-hmm. So that was kind of weird. It was like Jay being human, you know?
But Jay's always been human. I think people have just built up this image of him as some sort of like ugly god, and he's not. He's human like us. He just
I still think he's evil. Don't get me wrong.
I don't think Jay has the money to be evil. I think you got to get to billionaire status to legit hurt people. But that's another story.
So yeah, I mean, like to me, the lyrics were definitely one of the few a few times that like Jay-Z actually came out and actually like spat something actually really well thought out and didn't seem. Yes.
I want everyone to know that he said few times, but keep going.
Okay, yeah, you're right. It was like a few times because most of the time no, I'm being honest, because I felt like some of the times it was like that line about going to the strip club. I was like, bro, really? Come on. I don't know. I didn't think it was that amazing. Like, I'm going on Twitter and people are just blowing the shit out of this thing. I'm just like, it's good.
You think Twitter overhyped it for you?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think.
That Twitter does that. I feel like Twitter really raised my anticipation for Birds in the Trap Sing Ignite.
I'm gonna be honest though. I went on Twitter expecting people to clown on Jay versus instead of up him. So.
Well, no, because this is the best Jay album he's released in close to a decade, and I think that Jay and Kanye are on that same level where they're such superstars that you're given a handicap. Like if you've fallen off and you come back, people are like, hey, good job. You finally did what you needed to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what people did with Life of Pablo. It's like, hey, he's not doing that Yeezus bullshit. Okay, we're cool again.
Yeah, I mean, like the album lyrically was good. I didn't have a problem at times, except for
I like
a few
how
things.
He was so short, and he was able to get such a simple but effective message across. Because the album I most compare this to is For Your Eyes Only.
Mm-hmm.
And in a lot of ways, this album is like that, but done correctly. The
better.
Lyricism is there. Sorry, Cole fans. J. Cole is not the same lyricist on the same level as Jay-Z.
That's another story, too.
2, the production, besides the bomb beat, I just hate that beat.
The beat
is so unified. And like, this is the first Jay album I felt like such a clear, concise album. And lastly, every 10-song album, thank you. Just always make your album shorter. Because Jay wasn't a hoe. He didn't put 24 songs like everyone else to get his streaming numbers up.
Mm-hmm.
He released an actual album with a theme and a message. You may not like it as much as I do, but we can see the work. We can see the passion. And that's something I feel like we're starting to see a lot in 2017. Musicians are more clearly treating their music more as a product than as a work of art.
And definitely. I mean, I was talking to my friend yesterday how like Frank Ocean kind of like with Blonde kind of set the bar for how like R&B albums are supposed to be constructed. But I don't want to go into that right now.
Yeah, that's not even that's another tangent.
But that's a whole other topic, and that's gonna take a while. But yeah, I mean, like this was a cohesive project, and it was good. I mean, like I just didn't think it was like it's not gonna sit on my iPod, and I'm not gonna like you play it every day. I'm not gonna.
No. This is something that I'm probably gonna stop listening to once this Tidal is done. Oh, let me tell you how Tidal is so shady. I love Tidal.
Wait, you signed up for Tidal to listen?
Hold up. Let me tell you why I signed up for Tidal.
Oh God.
Tidal is so shady. Tidal would only let people who have Sprint sign up for Tidal and listen to Jay-Z's album.
That's bullshit. What the
so
fuck?
If you had AT&T or Verizon, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could sign up for the 30-day free trial.
Okay.
But you wouldn't be able to listen to the Jay-Z album. Only if you have sprints. I didn't know that until the third time that I listened to the album. Boy, when I tell you, the fourth time I listened to that, I felt so rich. I felt so fake and phony. I love that shit. Oh man.
Bro, I just went on Audio Castle and just downloaded it and just played it, honestly.
Wow. So you don't support black businesses? Fuck you too, Dagos.
I don't support Jay-Z, honestly, to be quite fair, but that's just my opinion.
Support black businesses. But anyway, support black banking. Support Killer Mike. Pray for Killer Mike.
But yeah, like it was definitely the production. I mean, it was good. It was cohesive. I just thought it was kind of boring.
I like what this album does. It excites me for the next Jay album. Because Jay is in album mode again. Like,
you think he's gonna do another one?
Oh, this to me is like volume 3 or 2. And I'm praying we get another Blueprint level album before he dies.
Yeah.
Just praying. Because if he can do three classic albums like that, you can argue whether the Black Album is a classic or not. I think it's a great album. I don't think it's a classic. But
I thought it was an okay album. I don't hate it.
I don't think it's on the same level as the Blueprint or Reasonable Doubt.
Oh,
but
definitely not.
If you can make an album as good as the Blueprint or Reasonable Doubt again, I think Jay-Z will be not only probably be one of the greatest hip-hop artists, but one of the greatest artists of all time. But besides that, I also want to talk about the production.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I like No ID projects when it's just only No ID on the beat. And I'm realizing this. I've listened to other projects where it's just No ID. And it always and this is something like you said, simple, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't necessarily see the beats as simple. I saw the beats as too similar in structure.
And maybe that's why it to me seems more boring or it seems more monotonous. And then
it reminds me of Nobody Smiling by Common. That was all produced by No ID, and it wasn't that great. I liked the Vince Staples Summertime album, but to be straight up, I could care less for most of the production. I was just there for the Vince bars. I was there to hear the fucked up shit about Ramona Park, to hear just Vince's crazy rhymes. And I'm thinking that besides the Cocaine 80s tapes where he has a lot of help with other producers or other artists, I don't think there's a single whole ID album produced I've ever enjoyed.
Omatic was produced by No ID, wasn't it?
No.
It wasn't?
No, it was like 6 or 7 different producers.
Okay.
Yeah, but but still though, like I love No ID's beats, but I don't think I want to hear a full No ID produced album simply because he gets into that sonic mode too as well. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't feel the beats.
I don't think his beats really fit like the type of music that most people want to listen to nowadays at times.
I don't think it's that at all. Because like, I'm sorry, the production. I wish Jay got the people who produced the Joey Badass album to make this.
I wish I got more. I wish I got a few beats like Tom Ford, to be quite honest.
Oh,
that would have made it a little bit better for me.
I don't think it would have fit the message he was trying
maybe not, but like something that I can knock because I couldn't find one song I would want to put on my playlist and play for a while,
Yeah, but I don't think this is a radio album, which is hilarious though. But I did listen to this album 3 times in my car.
I was gonna say that this album is on the radio, even though it's not a radio album. But that's something with
shout out to Jay. What a fuck! He's like, yo, you cheap niggas who can't afford my shit. Just turn on the radio.
He's also getting paid free. Fucking iHeartRadio, probably.
iHeartRadio, so evil. Shout out to their debt. Shout out to all the other billions of debt.
Mm-hmm. I know, right? Just fucked up.
But the app is cool, I guess.
Yeah, this album was good.
Yeah,
I still give it a nice 6 racks out of a band.
That's wild corny.
Hey, 6 racks is pretty good. That's a good night for a stripper band.
No. What is it? I'm not gonna give a score. I don't want to do that.
You don't want to?
No, I every time I think of a score, I think of how I can predict Pitchfork scores off the excerpt, and then I realize that I shouldn't be able to do that. That's bad writing. So
I can
so
care
no
less about a
score.
Pitchfork.
No score.
I can care less about Pitchfork.
Yeah, no score for me. I think this is a great album. Not the best J album. I just think it's a great album. I'm excited for the next one.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, what have you discovered any new artists this week? Or have you been listening to other things?
Man, I really have not. I've been listening to the last Jeremiah album aggressively. I listened to Blonde again because I love myself. Let me
Oh,
see. Bruno Mars. Wow.
you listen to the album?
Oh yeah, I listened to the album last year, a while ago. I've listened to the
Yeah,
album a bunch of times.
24
I
K Magic, right? Whatever it is.
yeah, I don't think there's an artist that I've hated more and enjoyed as much as him. Like even more than Big Sean, because I used to hate Big Sean, boy, like sounding like a fucking pogo. Like, what is it now? I remember the Bruno Mars performance where he was at the Super Bowl, and I was like, oh, he can actually do this. And then the last album with Locked Up in Heaven, and then that Uptown Funk, and then this album with Finesse, and That's What I Like, and Chunky. I mean, he just keeps getting blacker and blacker, and I don't know how, but I fuck with it. I don't know. I feel like it's problematic.
He's trying to be another James Brown, bro.
What's up?
He's trying to be another James Brown.
No, he's not, and he never will be. In any way whatsoever.
His music portrays that, though.
It portrays. It never will be in any way.
Oh, I know. I don't
recognize the greatest. No,
I don't recognize he's going to be next to another James Brown. I'm just saying.
James Brown inspired Michael Jackson, and it stops there. That's where it stops. There's nobody else. But
fair enough.
That, I haven't really done anything. How about you, man?
I got really into Princess Nokia. Have you heard of her?
Princess Nokia.
Yes, she's like Hispanic Latino, female rapper from New York. She makes I listened to, I guess Vice hosted her first mixtape or album or whatever you want to call it, and it was kind of like Grimes.
To narrow on Vice. What were you saying?
It was like Grimes. It was like a Grimes album. Like Spacey
one, or this the good one or the not good one?
Are we talking about the one with Oblivion, or are we talking about? It's not Art Angels, I'll tell you that.
Because the one that sounded like that cotton candy bullshit.
Oh, the Dream Pop shit.
Yeah, I like the more guitar influence one.
Yeah, Art Angels. Yeah, it's not Art Angels. It's but she raps and it makes it a little bit more interesting, I guess. But she just dropped.
Or where can I find her?
You can find her on SoundCloud. It's on SoundCloud. Or I can link it to you later. But she had this song she just released called "Goat" for the music video, and she's got fire ass bars. Like I was like, okay, I'm digging this. Can't really put you in a genre because I don't even know if you're like a rapper anymore since you're making like pop beats and shit. But I fuck with it. Like I recognize you're an artist. Like I really dig the vibe.
For sure.
I think other than that, what else? Nothing much. Nothing new artists. I don't know. I was just going through Pigeons and Planes. There's some guy from Arizona. He sang a song called Jenny. It was interesting. It was getting a lot of hype on there.
Is his name some guy or does he have a name?
He has a name. I'm trying to remember it.
For sure.
It's like, well, funny story. I originally confused him for a girl. I just legitimately thought he was like a female. And then I listened to this song. And I was like, oh, he's clearly talking about his girl that he's with right now. I feel bad for his name is Trinidad Cardona.
Oh, that link you sent me.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That was a good song.
It wasn't bad. I don't know. I haven't heard something like a ballad. That was like a ballad to me. I don't find ballads very interesting. I guess this is the first ballad I found very interesting in a while. And then I've been also listening to Pimpilation by Pimp C for fun.
Pimpilation.
Yeah.
Well, let me see what that is. Pimpilation.
It's been pouring up with Mike Jones and.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you listened to UK albums?
I was going back a little bit. I haven't. I think that's gonna be my next on my download.
You should listen to Riding Dirty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not the Chameleonaire song, right?
No,
Okay, good.
I understand, and it makes me depressed that he was able to do that well.
And start selling cars from it.
Like low key, but still, that album is kind of amazing.
Mhm.
Also, listen to UGK Underground Kings. It has
Okay.
29 songs, so pace yourself.
That's a lot. That sounds like I'm gonna need a fuck ton of weed just to get through,
Good luck, man.
and maybe some lean to go with it too on the
No,
side.
no, we don't want heroin dangles. Let's
I'm just
opioid dangles.
I don't support drug usage, guys. Don't listen to me.
I do in some uses, but I'm a bad influence, kids. All right, so this is the end of what was it? Episode
Second episode, bro. Second
second
episode.
episode. All right, cool.
We're
We're gonna
forgetting,
call
huh?
this episode Boost Jones. Have a good day, y'all.
All right, see you, Stan.